Thank you for tuning in to Broadway.
Broadway Spotlight here on iHeartRadio.
We need a show.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
I didn't think I'd wed a prince.
I didn't think I'd ever find you.
I didn't think I could be so happy.
All that seemed wrong was now right. The kingdoms were filled with joy, and those who deserved to were destined to live a long and happy life. Ever after. Ever after. Journey over, all's mended, and it's not just for today, but tomorrow, and extended ever after. Ever after. All the curses have been ended, the reverses wiped away, all's tenderness and laughter for forever after.
Maybe not. It's a business.
And we reached the right conclusions.
And we got what we deserve.
Not a sorrow, tenderness and laughter. Joy today and bliss tomorrow and forever after.
It is a bit of a blur. Even doing the press this morning, it's like the performance team is incredible because it was not that good this morning. And then the cameras got there and we were like, we got this. It's like the show must go on at all costs. And then it wasn't bad. And so there's that. But then also the most incredible part for me has been the people. Everyone is like such a genuine artist at their core and then so warm that it's like, watching everyone do their work is what's inspiring, and then it inspires you to show up and feel like, oh, we can do this. Everyone's a masterclass, Anne Harada, they come in with their one line, and it's like, oh my God, that was perfect. It was hilarious. How could I ever imagine anyone else playing this role,
The process is quick, and so it's kind of in your face. You're on a freight train and you're barreling through it. I could not think of a better person to do it with than Lair or a better cast. I think this is the creme de la creme of Broadway, and you see it every day. Every day that I'm in the room, I'm like, that's crazy that you figured that out in 20 seconds, because that's how long we have, or in a minute, or they come back and it's different, and so it's been beautiful to watch and beautiful to be a part of. So the process has been, even though it's quick and rigorous and tiring at times, somehow I'm not feeling it as badly. I am tired, and my brain's confused with into the woods to have to keep to what, but I couldn't think of a better group of people with which to do it.
This is insane. The schedule is hard anyway, but adding to this deceptively complex piece, it's like, oh, it's sweet, it's fairy tales, and it's fun, and it's Sondheim's easier show. No, it's not. I've heard people say, I kind of do too, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like I've been obsessed with the show since I was like 9, and I feel like I've never realized how difficult this music is, how precise it is, and even I have an easier track than the majority of the people in this. It's not easy, but you know what I mean? Like, watching Danae learn her music is like, she's brilliant, and I can't even imagine like what's going through her head having to learn this precise, difficult music. It's just incredible to watch. Yeah.
And to carry all the emotion that's needed, and to do it quickly.
It's a lot, and yet Sara is quite remarkable at maintaining positivity and buoyancy through all of it. Because I get nervous and think we should be better and better and better and better because it's about to happen, And I think, well, you say it better.
No, it's so understandable. It's very easy. 2 weeks is not enough time to metabolize this much material. It's not.
Truth.
It's not. I don't care how good you are, if you've done the show before. It's just not. It's not. So what we're doing is asking a lot of ourselves, and we're gonna. The only way we can do it is kind of heart forward. Let's hold hands and leap a little bit, because we're gonna be discovering who these characters are, what this piece is for ourselves in front of the audience. That's part of the I think the thrill of seeing an Encores production is that you're seeing something that's a little underbaked, intentionally. And I've said this before, but Lear reminded us all that we wouldn't all be able to be together necessarily for an entire process. That would be months and months of development and, rehearsal and just time. So we get this spectacular,
Moment in the woods.
moment in the woods.
First of all, collecting this unbelievable cast. The casting process for this was very exciting. This is one of the most accomplished casts that I can remember having here at Encores in one show. And so we all came together last week, and I think we're all feeling the spirit of Steve Sondheim in the room with us. I personally am missing just having him be here with us, but everyone has dove right into the material. It's such a rich show. It's so rich with, of course, the usual beautiful music and lyrics, but also thematically what the show has to say about this particular time we're in now is very appropriate, I think. So everyone is really excited to be here.
This group of actors is a dream. We have honestly been having such a joyful time in the room. It's a privilege to come to work every day and make magic with this group of people.
I mean, look who I'm literally standing next
I'm
to.
loving
This
it.
is like the most ridiculous thing
I love
ever.
it. I love it.
It's a dream come true. I've idolized these people for years and years, and now we're doing interviews
pals.
together
Yeah, we're
and
pals.
singing together, and I'm like gonna faint. So
I think
yeah.
we're all fanning out. We truly all are.
Yeah.
We all are in our own lane, doing our own thing, and in this business, and doing the best we can, and growing, peaking, and valleying in our own life, in our own careers. But to sit on the side and watch people do it it's really great. It's great to meet a new talent like Julia and watch her. I know she has nerves because I have them, and I've been doing this for a really long time. So I can agree. I can see she has nerves, but I can't see the nerves. I can only see courage, and and she kind of starts it off, and we get to start. We sort of, after the opening, we sort of get to be the first sort of story that comes, like, develops and ends. So violently, I must say. Thanks, Julia.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, I
thanks
try.
for writing
I'm
about
just
it.
trying to. I'm just hungry. That's all. But it's such a neat thing to see veteran talent with brand new talent and respect going equally both ways.
I think now, approaching Into the Woods as an adult, I see the complexities in the characters a lot differently, and I see Cinderella as a far more interesting character than I did then. She's so nuanced in what she's grappling with and trying to search for her own sense of fulfillment in a way that I feel like Lear really is interested in my portrayal of Cinderella, feeling that kind of modern intensity, which I like.
This time I'm coming at it as a mom and as a mom of a daughter. And so I think, before when I wasn't, not discounting everybody, but when I wasn't, I think I heard it differently. And now I hear it completely differently. I'm very open about the fact that I think that the witch has some things that she needs to work on, but I don't think that she's that bad of a person. Because if offered the opportunity to lock my children up in a tower and save them from the bad of the world, I would consider it greatly. As a matter of fact, I was saying, about a year and a half ago, I locked my children up. It wasn't in a tower, but it was in my house, and I locked them in to protect them, So I feel that that's where I come into it. I hope that at the end of this, when we do the show, that people maybe understand the witch, or don't see her as, maybe they see themselves in her a little bit more. That it's not like, I think we were always like, oh, you're the witch, you're bad. But that they're like, maybe there's a little bit of, maybe she's right, which she is, a little bit. I mean, as I said, she still needs a little therapy for some things.
The discussion we had on day one, Lauren, who is playing our stepmother, was in the original company as one of the stepsisters. And she said this really lovely thing about, the weight of the piece always always having a relationship to the backdrop of the world. You know, the AIDS crisis was the first time this show was put on. 9/11 was the revival, we had said. And now, look at what we're all kind of going through. And I just think the weightiness of facing something bigger than you, the giant in this case, facing something bigger than you as a community and who gets lost along the way is just a really poignant kind of story to be telling right now. And I don't know that I had really kind of ingested that part of the heaviness of the show.
That's a great thought, because before, I think, the pandemic, people had individual connections to the second half of Into the Woods. But I think now literally everyone on the planet Earth has experienced some level of being in their own little house and needing to get back out into the woods and what that means. And so I feel like maybe these audiences will listen to the show and watch it as a community in a different way, not quite so singular as before. It'll be fun to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, we think about Steve every day in the room. There's not a day that we don't mention him, honor him, think about him. And I think there's very much the sense that he is with us. You know, he knew about this production and was very supportive. I got to work with him with both Steve and James in conceiving it and even on the casting. And so it feels very special to be doing it at this time.
Don't you know what's happening? Someone has to shield you from the world. Stay with me. Princes wait there in the world, it's true. Princes, yes, but wolves and humans too. Stay
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.